Dave Chappelle attacked during a comedy festival. It's always shocking when anybody gets attacked, but I feel like, we've seen that a lot lately. Of course, with the whole Will Smith attacking Chris Rock's at, the Emmys. And now you're seeing this when it comes to Dave Chappelle, who has adamantly said that he has beefed up his security after, his comments when it comes to the trans community. So it's not I guess it's not shocking that Dave Chappelle is under this, or has been under this attack. But it's terrible that it's got to this point where that you have a comedian, out of all people, that people want to hurt simply because of their words and their jokes. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that this is where we stand as a society. But it is what it is. But let's go ahead and let's read a little bit about this story. It says, Chris Rock was in attendance as an individual rushed the stage to attack a comedian during a comedy set. But this time he wasn't the victim. It was comedian Dave Chappelle. Chappelle was attacked Tuesday night while performing on stage at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, California. The performance was part of the Netflix Is a Joke comedy festival and Chappelle's last scheduled show as part of the festival. He previously performed as part of the festival on 4 other occasions from April 28th to May 1st. Video footage shows the man lunging in a tackle at Chappelle, hitting him in the chest before landing on the stage. Chappelle takes the blow and visibly knocked backwards. However, he doesn't appear to have been knocked down. After attacking Chappelle, the man quickly tries to run off the stage before being apprehended by security and Chappelle's bodyguards backstage. The LAPD confirmed they had taken a man into custody for tackling Dave Chappelle and that the man was armed with a replica gun that can eject a knife blade when discharged correctly. NBC News LA reports it is not clear whether he used the weapon in the attack. The 23-year-old male named Isaiah Lee was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, according to the LAPD. He's, and it goes on to talk about his bail. It says BuzzFeed's reporter, Brianna Sachs, who was at the event, shared a video in the aftermath of the incident showing the attacker being wheeled into an ambulance after suffering what is believed to be a broken arm among several other injuries as a result of his backstage fight with security. She says, just came out of the Hollywood Bowl where a man charged and tackled Dave Chappelle on stage and got his ass kicked by at least 10 people. LAPD and LAFD are now loading him into an ambulance, Sachs said. She continued to describe the situation on Twitter. The show was just ending when the man hopped on the stage and ran at Chappelle, form tackling him onto the ground. The comedian had literally just said he now has more security because of all the uproar from his jokes about the trans community. It goes on to say security all rushed and started punching and kicking the shit out of Chappelle's attacker. She added, he was just about to bring on Talib Kweli and Mos Def for the encore. And we in the crowd were like, what the F is going on? Chappelle kept on while the guy was getting beat in the back. Which, to be honest, and she goes on to say it was just sheer chaos. Is this the beginning of a trend? I would almost say. It just kind of felt like, that there was a sort of respect for comedians, in the 90s, 2000s. And, of course, way before that, you might disagree with what they say. They might be outlandish. But at the same time, you did not see these vitriol hatred that you see now when it comes to what was on Twitter, what was on the cancel culture, remarks, to Netflix, what even a lot of Netflix employees said about Dave Chappelle himself. There's a lot of of hatred, of real hatred towards this man now. And it's sad. It's sad because, the funny part about it is that Dave Chappelle probably actually has the same mindset, agenda, beliefs as a lot of the people that hate him, which is almost kind of like a J.K. Rowling situation. They're lockstep with the left 99.9% of the times, but because of that 0.1% of just maybe saying things that's outside the box of what 2022 standards are, they are then really ridiculed, really destroyed. And there is an effort to just completely block Dave Chappelle, who is by far one of the biggest comedians of our time. Block him from shows, block him from events, movies, really any way for him to make a living. And it's just amazing that we've gone from, of course, the Dave Chappelle shows of the early 2000s to what is going on now. I mean, he said, some crazy, obscene things that was funny back in 2000s. But now it's like, man, he can just say the most kind of bland things now, and everybody just like goes crazy about it. Now, I thought, when it come to his comedy specials on Netflix, I thought some were better than others. I felt like his last one was a little bit, I'm not going to say over the top, but it felt kind of bland to me. And by bland, I'm also meaning over the top to a certain extent as well, simply because it was entirely geared towards speaking about the trans community. But it was jokes that was really not jokes. They were just kind of stories, and the stories weren't really that funny, I didn't think, in the last one. But hey, you know what? That being said, I'm still a pretty big Dave Chappelle fan. I enjoy his comedy in a lot of ways. I thought a lot of his Netflix specials in the past were funny. I enjoyed his show when I was a kid. Like, I used to watch it religiously. And I'm not going to, deny that. I laughed at his jokes then about things, and I laugh at his jokes now about things. And I feel like a lot of people now don't want to admit that. And that's just our society in 2022, that they want to pretend that they never found something funny back in the day, that they're so much better from that. And they use this word, well, we've learned a lot since then. No, you just become more of a coward about things. Look, Dave Chappelle, no one should be attacked. No one should be attacked for saying jokes. I'm of the generation who believes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Man, have those days gone completely, they're out the window. They're just completely out the window at this point. And it's sad because I feel like, when words become violence, then everything that someone says is a crime. And that is crazy to me. It really is crazy. I'm not ever going to be in favor of that. I feel for Dave Chappelle that now this man who just wants to get up there and make people laugh is now having to ramp up his security because of crazy people wanting to attack him. I mean, and his reputation being tarnished. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. What do y'all think of this? Have we really hit a point of no return when it comes to, these comedians not really being able to be funny anymore, not really being able to be outlandish anymore, for fear that that we are in a society that just can't handle jokes anymore? That it's dangerous to say jokes about anyone at this point. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all think. And as always, guys, you can catch Rants or Us on Rumble and Minds as well. Thank y'all so much for watching, and y'all take care.